Yo, welcome into the Sickos BS DFS podcast. We got your boy Smitty, your boy Cassidy, you got me. Call me whatever you want. Don't even care anymore. I'm last in everything. Whatever. Cassidy, what's up, man? How's Colorado treating you this morning?
What's
Afternoon, whatever
up?
time it is.
Another beautiful
Yeah?
day in Colorado.
Is it snowing yet?
It is. Yeah. It's not where I live though, just on the ski areas, which is great.
Nice, nice. Smitty, man, you look cold, dude. You're up in a dog park in LA right now, dude. You're that cold?
It was cold earlier, but now the sun's coming out, so now I need to take the hoodie off soon.
Oh, you got that Super Bowl championship hat on, man. I love it. Let's
Hmm.
do it. All right, boys. Let's get at it. We don't got too much time today. Let's let our sickos get what they came for. Let's do it. By the way, I apologize. I got two water bets to pay off. I can't do it today. A little bit under the weather. Got surgery in a couple weeks, but I'm going to pay those off in an epic fashion when I can do that. Smitty might have water bets to pay off. If you want to move that to another one, whatever.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Yeah, we'll do it next time. We'll do it next time.
All
Sorry.
right, sorry guys. I know you came to see us get wet, but Cassidy's only got wet once. All right, let's do this. Cassidy, throw us down, man. Who was podium last week? Who was the big lock of the week? Talk to me about last week.
Sure. Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Now, for most of this podcast, we're going to be talking about the main slate because that's what we focus on each week. But I do want to give a shout out to our special Thanksgiving turkey and football slate because our boy Smitty took that slate down. He was the guy that got off of CeeDee Lamb, and he did the stack with Cooks, and that's what kind of set him apart from the crowd a little bit. And then a couple other usual suspects, my boy Joe and my boy Adam, rounded out the podium for Turkey Day.
Dude,
So that
Smitty,
was
you
pretty cool.
crashed. You smashed Thanksgiving Day, dude. You
Yeah,
smashed it, dude.
yeah, that's tight.
Congratulations, man. Is
Yeah,
that Smitty? Is that your first one of the year, or is that your
I
second?
think
Right?
that was my
first
first one
first
of the year.
place. Yeah,
Nice,
And also shout
nice.
out
yeah,
to Tucker Craft.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cassidy, you
That was
got
a
one
good.
win, right?
Yeah. Well, I just got my second one, also my second first place last week. So, yeah, that play on Kraft was great. He got a touchdown. That was sneaky. For the main slate, I took that one down. Tim took second place, then Adrian took third. So CCC holding down the podium for last week's main slate. So basically, the way last week's main slate broke down, I had the courage to put Kyron Williams in. If you didn't play Kyron, you basically weren't going to podium. Everyone on the podium, I think, had him. He was $6,600, so you had to be a little brave. But he scored 41 DraftKings points. That was huge. Some other plays that made it there. Rashi Rice was great. Some people had him in their lineups. Bijan, Nico Collins worked out. Josh Allen, he was expensive, 8,100. But if you played him, he paid it off, which is great. If you can lock in a 5X on an $8,100 salary, that's going to get you there as well. But really, I think the key to this slate came down to Kyron.
I need to phone a friend, man. I need to not come in second to last place. I hate DFS so far. I hate doing this publicly, dude. I need to totally phone a friend. Cassie, will you set my lineup for me? Just make one player off. And Smitty, you're crushing. So, hey, seriously, Cassidy, Smitty, man, it's really good to see two winners on this podcast. And I wish we had three, but but whatever. So, out of all that, so who are the duds, man? Who killed you? Read my lineup off again.
Yeah, I know. Did you play ETN? I feel like ETN was a really popular play. He
I
was
did.
$7,100. He didn't get through. Swift was a big disappointment. So I think those guys, they kind of drug you down.
Yeah, so who are you putting your money on this week? Who's going to be your cash lock? Who do I need to have in my lineup to
Dude,
not friggin' take the last place again?
I think that this week has maybe one of the most obvious cash locks we've had all year. And this is a guy that if you don't have him in your lineup, I mean, I don't know what you're doing with your life, and you're probably not going to place. So this is so obvious, I'm sure I can even ask you guys. Like, who's the cash lock of the week? Did you figure it out?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, who is
Brevin
it?
Jordan. Yes, Brevin
Get
Jordan.
out of here with that. That's not Brevin Jordan. What about you, Brian? Do you know who it is?
So honestly, I've got Curtis Samuel as my lock of the
Yeah.
week, but it's probably not who you're thinking about. I'm just going for some garbage points, blowout, catch 10 balls.
No. So like these pricing, they come out on Monday, and we didn't get that John Taylor news until Tuesday. So
Uh,
DraftKings wasn't ready for that. So Zach Moss is $4,600. We call that a free square. So if you're going to get a full time running back that's going to get 20, 25 opportunities for $4,600, you can't pass that up. You have to put him in your lineup.
I consider
Meant to do
him, but
that.
I'm not the biggest fan of that matchup. But hey, he is going to get the touches, so I hear
Dude,
you.
last time he faced Tennessee, he went out for 165 and 2.
Oopsie.
That's Zach Moss versus Tennessee last time.
Oh shit.
All right, so Smitty, I don't think we're going to win this week because I'm fully convinced that we have swung and missed on that one. Not gonna lie, put my lineup together so fast before we recorded the last pod because Smitty wanted to jump on there earlier. I forgot even. I put no thought into this. I just hope I'm not gonna do a water bet. But Smitty, let's. You want to go over actually, Cassie? You want to go over your thoughts or your lesson of the week before we read off the lineups because I tend to forget if we read lineups first.
No, I don't. We jumped on the podcast. I didn't give a lot of time towards analysis. So I don't really have anything useful for you guys other than this, dude. If you guys aren't listening to Matthew Betts and Kyle Borgnoni on the fantasy footballers, what do they call it, DFS and betting podcast, dude, they break it down so well. They really are like the gurus because they're not telling you like what to play; they're showing you how to play, and that's so different, I think, than the usual approach.
And I think it's a good shout out to the Ballers because I like that they're branding themselves. They started their Dynasty show, even though I'm not the biggest fan of that Dynasty show. They're really getting their own groups together, kind of like Fantasy Pros has, where we're like a destination Davy or Debbie, where they're actually creating their own ecosystem inside of it. I
Yeah.
love it. But let's get to some lineups because I know we don't have too much time today, boys. But Smitty, let's let it rip, man. Or you got any words of wisdom to everyone as the winner of Turkey Day before you start reading lineups?
The smaller slate helped out a lot.
Yeah,
Dude,
I think Smitty was smart enough to get off like they're like that Prescott. The Cowboy stack was so obvious, but that little differentiation of going to Cooks was really key.
So I went through every dynasty team last night. I went through every single squad, which is a lot of them all together. Do you know that I don't have one Dallas Cowboys player on any of my 16 fantasy teams this year? I have no
That's
idea how
crazy.
I fade. It's crazy, right? I can't
That's
believe it. I don't know
insane.
what I was doing, but yeah, none, not one. It's kind of crazy. But all right, Smitty, kick us off with your quarterback, my man.
All right, so this build I have is called the Terrifying Twos, but if I have to pay a water bet, it's called the Terrible Twos. So my quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa for 7,900.
I like it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Cassie, you guys your quarterback.
Yeah, I'm so scared of not having Tua this week. It's like all signs point to the Dolphins rolling. I went with Brock Purdy, $6,100 facing Philadelphia. They've been giving it up, and I want some of those points. So you just felt safe at the price.
Oh, I feel that.
So I have Brock Purdy in there as well. I think someone's going to score a lot of points in this football game, and I'm betting it's going to be the Niners. I like the matchup, so I went with Purdy there as well. Two running backs, Smitty. Who you got?
All right, so I believe Jalen Warren's the number two, so I got Jalen Warren for 5,400, and I also have Jameer Gibbs, who I think he's the two as well, for 6,700.
Yeah, I had Gibbs in and out of my lineup quite a bit when I was going through it in 5 minutes when I was just scrambling in there. I do like that matchup. Cassie, who do you guys your two RBs, and what do you think about Smitty's?
All right. I you know what? Gibbs scares me. That's a tough matchup against New Orleans, and Montgomery could easily get the touchdowns. So in season long, I love those guys. DFS is all about opportunity per dollar, and their opportunity seems a little scary. Now, hold on. He said Warren. I do have Najee, so
Uh oh.
I do think
Uh
somebody's
oh.
going to eat against Arizona. I don't know who it's going to be.
Oh dear,
So
it's gonna be scary.
um, I already told you guys that I have Zach Moss, and then I have Najee as well.
Like the matchups, I'm attacking Arizona after Smitty's going to get a 204 tattoo on himself, is what I've heard. So I'm going Jalen Warren. I'm not going to go Najee. I think Najee probably maybe gets a touchdown, but Warren looks explosive. Um, Call me sick in the head. I actually am going to start a New England running back because at some point they have to run the rock and they have to be down to throw the football to him. So I went with Ramondre Stevenson there. But
Yeah.
Dan, but I really wish I put Zach Moss there. You absolutely. I feel like I really missed one there, and especially when I read off who my flex is, I'm really mad about that right now. So three wide receivers, Smitty. Who you got?
All right, so again, the twos we got Deebo Samuel for 6,200, Devonta Smith for 7,300, and Jalen Waddle for 7,600. Oops, I
Oh, I
guess
see what you
Devonta
did there.
7,000. Yeah.
Now, Depot's the one, right?
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Is there any question about that?
I mean,
I view him as the two.
I think
What?
Ayuk is way better.
I've
I don't
told
know. No,
with the
no,
way
but
this
I don't
year.
think we're not saying who's the better wide receiver. Who does the team view as their premium wide receiver? Like who's their dude? It's Deebo.
I think
It's
it's
Brandon
Ayuk.
Ayuk. It's
That's
totally
really
Brandon
interesting.
Ayuk.
Okay, hold on. We got it. We gotta look at their depth
Yeah,
chart here.
pull up these stats.
Oh, good idea.
I want to hear the
Good idea.
stats.
No, not stats. Depth chart. All right, keep
what,
going.
what website are we going on for? Are we doing Sleeper for depth chart? Are we doing ESPN for depth chart?
Probably ESPN.
Yeah, that's where I always go. So I'll read mine while you're doing that. Hold on, I got to
All
jump
right.
back on here. So I do view Debo as the two, but he is in my lineup this week because
He's
this.
listed as their wide receiver one, just so you guys know that.
Wow.
Okay, but
He ruined my
yeah,
pick. Damn it, Debo. You ruined my whole
okay, okay. I don't know. I watch every single game. It just seems like Ayuk always is eating there.
Ayuk's
But
a baller, but that offense doesn't work without Debo. We saw
and
that.
by the
That's a
way, the reason I went Debo is he was cheaper than Ayuk.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do believe that the community's viewing him as a two. But I went with Debo for the sole factor. This seems like a really hit you in the mouth type game, and it just seems like some yak going on here
Yeah.
for Mr. Debo. Like they're going to need him or Kittle to bring the testosterone in this game, not rely on Ayuk. But Ayuk will probably go off. And then since I'm with Debo Samuel, I'm with my cash lock of the week. I just wanted to keep it rolling with Curtis Samuel, the first version of Debo in the NFL, which we covered on our other
Ooh.
podcast.
Yeah,
And then
I like that.
you boys know I've been on a tangent with Tyreek Hill, that crap about the, phone and killing them. I'm putting Tyreek in my lineup again because why the hell not? I mean, if I go wrong with Tyreek in my lineup, so friggin' be it, man. He's
Yeah.
on a tear right now. So those are my three. Let's talk tight ends here.
I didn't do
Smitty,
mine. I didn't do mine.
all right, who you got there? We got off on stats. So who do you got as your
Yeah.
three?
Sorry about that. We got off on that tangent because I did want to just like not DFS. Like I was just talking about NFL because obviously DraftKings views Ayuk as more valuable. He's more expensive, but I just wanted to know who does the NFL think is their one. Anyway, I agree with you. Tyreek Hill. He's trying to break a record. I wanted him in my lineup. I want every single one of those 200 yards he's going to get this week.
Oof.
I also have Devonta Smith. I think he's got a great matchup there against San Francisco. That's the Brock Purdy
Back
bring
to
back.
stack.
Yeah, bring back the stack. That's exactly right. And then Josh Downs. I've got Josh Downs going against Tennessee. I think he's going to soak up a ton of targets in this full PPR website.
Love that. Love that
Yeah,
trio. God, you have my favorite trio of all of us. Oh, the dogs are coming. I'm
we'll
a little
see.
scared.
Oh God, I hate what I'm going to read off here in a little bit. Yeah, Cassie, you're looking pretty good this week, but tight
I hope
ends here.
so.
I'll read mine. Why the hell not? I'm going with Sam Laporta, 5,600
Nice.
bucks. I haven't had him in my lineup all year. It's like, you
Premium.
know what? At some point, I'm going to pay it up and do it. But I really wish I would have looked at that differently. Probably paid down and got Zach Moss in my lineup. That's where wish I would have done. But
We'll see.
Smitty, who do you got as your tight end?
For 2,500, I got Brevin Jordan. Also a slight discrepancy. Well, a huge one, but let's see. I hope he steps up. Need him in
That could be
CCC.
a
Yeah,
week winner. That could be
I
a
know.
week
I
winner,
love
man.
that.
Yeah,
I love
I
that.
was thinking about that today. I was looking at Triple C waivers right as I saw Schultz wasn't in. I was like, is
Yeah,
it Brevin Jordan time? Is it?
it might
But
be.
nice. Who do you guys your tight end, Cass?
All right, so here's my plan. Right now, I have Jawan Johnson is in at my tight end, so he's 3,400 bucks. Now, if I find out, that's because there's no wide receivers in New Orleans, right? Like it's crazy. If I find out that Olave plays, I think I'm gonna go down to Brevin Jordan, save a little bit of money, and upgrade my defense at that point. But for right now, Jawan Johnson, 3,400.
Brevin Jordan. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah,
Just fly.
yeah, Brevin. So I have him in some lineups. I'm excited to play him this week. Like I said, if if Olave plays, I'm going to go Brevin.
Good
Oh
plan.
my God. I'm just going to shame myself on my flex, which, by the way, I might
Let's do
say
it.
I might change this. I might change this.
Uh-huh.
But I got fucking JMO in my flex. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah, dude.
I
You
don't
know
know
what
what's wrong with me.
happened?
I think I'm looking for a big play. I can't even
How
remember the thought process I did when I built this
how
lineup, to
much
be
is
honest
he?
with you. He was 3,600, but
There we go.
yeah, man, Brevin Jordan sounds a lot more enticing at 3,400 and tight end
Do
premium, though.
it.
But screw it. I think I'm going to roll with it. Smitty, who you got?
For defense, I got Patriots for 24, just dead last.
What about your flex?
What about your
Oh, my
flex?
flex? Oh, my right. Greg Dortch, the number 2 in Arizona for
Sweet,
37.
nice.
That might work. That
That
seriously
could
might
work.
work.
Yeah, Michael
Someone's going to
Wilson
go
not playing.
off. I've been
Yeah.
watching the games. They're so close. Someone's going to go off. It's going to be Hollywood. It's going to be him, or it's going to be Rondell Moore. Somebody is going to go off. But Torch, man, he's a ball hawk. Who's your flex? And then read your D, Cassidy.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to play Rashad White as my flex. He's going up against Carolina, and pretty much every week, I've just been trying to start running backs against Carolina. It works every single time. Uh, and then I also have the Patriots, 2,400.
Jesus Christ, that team. I hate.
I really like your lineup, Cassidy. I think you might repeat here. I got to give you some props
Let's
here.
go, let's go, let's
The
go.
only way you don't at least beat the both of us on this one is
That's all I'm trying to do.
if something really crazy happens. I mean, you
Yeah,
got to have an injury or just a shutout.
I just don't want to
Um,
get wet.
yeah, you know what? I would. God, man, I'm just gonna attack the Jets. I don't even know what's going on with quarterback there at this point, so I'm going Falcons against the Jets. As 3,400 bucks is where I went, but
Beautiful.
All
I
right.
love
but
that.
Patriots worked last week, so that's cheap too. So who you guys? You guys read yours off? I think we're all good. I'll
We're
recap
good.
my team. Yeah, I'll recap my team. We always forget to do this, but I'm rolling Brock Purdy, Ramondre Stevenson, Jalen Warden, Cheetah, Deebo Samuel, Curtis Samuel, Laporta, J-Mo, and the Falcons. So there's your water bet team, guys. Smitty, read yours off, and we'll get out of here.
All right, the terrifying twos. We got Tua Tagovailoa, Deebo Samuel, Javonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Brevin Jordan, Greg Dortch, and the Patriots defense.
I'm into it.
It's going to come down whether or not Tyreek Hill does well this week or if it's a Jalen
Yeah,
Waddle game. But like I
yeah,
said before, if Mike McDaniel, if Cheetah isn't talking to third person at his fucking press conference,
yeah.
Mike McDaniel's didn't do his job. Cassie, read us off and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, it's funny, man. 2 weeks ago, Tyreek Hill, his hand was banged up. Last week, they had his ankle wrapped. You know, he's questionable, but he's trying to get 2,000 yards, dude. And I'm into it.
Yeah.
All right, I've got Brock Purdy, I've got Rashad White, Najee Harris, and Zach Moss. I've got Tyreek Hill, Devonta Smith, and Josh Downs. I'm rolling Jawan Johnson and the Patriots.
All right. I like it, boys. Good luck this week. Sickos, get in here. Hopefully everyone's listening to
Yes,
this. We only got six
yes,
in here. It's Saturday afternoon, so sorry for the late
yeah,
recording, but it just is what it is. So
it's great.
cheers, y'all. Good luck, boys. Someone just take last place other than me. Cheers.
Yes, play DFS.
Come on, balloons, balloons.